What is up, guys? Big Red Reviews back again. Billy, Gio, we are we are reviewing Split, which is the second film in the East Rail franchise, which is Unbreakable, Split, and now Glass. If you guys didn't watch the previous reaction, we went back and watched Unbreakable and Split. I've never seen both, but I kind of knew what happened. Gio saw Split
in theaters.
Billy's never seen any of them. So,
But
I'm talking about before. So we're gonna be talking about it. First thing that came to your mind, first thing that popped out to you when you saw this movie, go. Like, what's the main thing that popped, that stood out to you?
The different personalities.
Like, how that was portrayed?
Yeah,
James
how the switch between personalities was really good.
James McAvoy, or I don't know how to say his last name. Incredible actor. You could see the little facial twitches when he would go from Barry to Dennis, and then how jacked up he freaking was for the Beast.
Yeah, the fact that you can act your way into different roles in the same movie
and
as the same person, and be able to convince us that you're a completely different person by the way you talk, by the way the dialogue and the way your body language is. I think it's
kind of like how Heath Ledger was, in the fact that you were so mesmerized by his performance.
Yeah.
And if it was just him in a room, I would be glued to the screen still. I really liked how, and especially in the scene where it's Dennis pretending to be Barry. There's a part where he starts getting angry, but then you see his face move a little bit, but then he holds it back, so he's still acting as Barry. I don't know. You have to look that up, but it's so interesting how he does these little subtle movements, and even in the end, with the Beast, he raises his eyebrows, all six are there, and I just can't wait for Glass because we're gonna see all 20. We're going to see 20 out of the 24, because in this movie we only saw 11. So we're going to see a new one. The ending was probably it's M. Night. What do you expect?
I like the ending when they kind of showed that she had cuts on her stomach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was build up. It was build up to this whole time you keep seeing this uncle and the dad. And you're like, what the hell is why is, obviously it's M. Night, so it's going to come back later, and then they even hint, one of the first lines of the movie is the girl's talking about how she always goes to detention and she never wants to go home, and they make fun of her for that. But then you realize that she just doesn't want to be with her uncle.
The uncle's weird.
The uncle was very weird, and then you keep talking about it. Then that's ultimately what saves her from the Beast in the end, because she's been tortured, she's been abused, and the Beast just lets her go. And I really like that connection, because obviously the Beast is bad, and I also really liked when Kevin came out.
Oh yeah.
For 3 seconds, and you finally saw the good side of him, and he's like, kill me. And then back to the acting, because then he goes from Kevin, then he goes to Patricia, Dennis, Barry, and the Beast, all within maybe...
he went to, what's that kid name?
Hedwig, Dennis, Barry, and then the Beast, all in a minute. With it was a one take too, which was crazy how he just does that. The man was jacked for the role. Probably one of the best actors of ours.
Probably steroids.
No. No, he said he ate 6,000 calories, and he did a lot of stuff.
Chris Evans was on steroids.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. But then the ending, which is post the title of Split, we find out that indeed it was a sequel to Unbreakable that everyone has been clamoring M. Night for about 15 years. When you saw it in theaters, was anybody freaking out?
Well, we all thought that he was gonna split the girls' legs.
No, I'm talking about when you find out. I'm talking about when you find out it's Unbreakable.
Oh,
too.
So I didn't see Unbreakable, but when that scene did come on in the theater and we saw that guy, the people that did watch the other movies, you can kind of hear them sigh a little bit. You can just tell. I knew it was kind of a twist, but I've never seen the first one. And I was asking the people that I had watched it with, I'm like, who's that? They're just naming off the actor. I don't think the people I was with either saw Unbreakable before. But now that I've watched this movie, if I had saw that in the theater going into it, had seen Unbreakable, I'd probably went crazy.
Oh yeah, and then I never got into these films until maybe 6 months ago, and I just watched them recently. I knew all about them, but if you look up on YouTube, there's theater reactions of it, and you just hear everyone freaking the fuck out, because the people who freaked out of the reaction were the people who saw Glass day one, because those are M. Night supporters. The M. Night people are going to see whatever M. Night puts out. And that's probably me now. M. Night has grasped me as a director, and those are the people who are going to see it. But you have to remember, Unbreakable came out 19 years ago now. That's when I was born. He was 1. He was just born. So it's we weren't alive for that time, and it made about $250K at the box office, which isn't bad. 250 million. But it's like, you know, it was relatively small. It has like a cult, like as Samuel L. Jackson says, it has like a cult following to it. So it's not like this big thing like Split was, because Split came out in the new age of technology, and it's just like how Bird Box is right now. It was spreading across Twitter. I was seeing all these memes about it. I didn't even know what the hell was going on. I just knew about personality, and that's how it grew. Everyone on Twitter and their friends were wanting to see it. I think that's how it's going to be with Glass, just because of the Split character, and I think and hopefully that made people go back to Unbreakable, because Unbreakable was a very great movie that's very underrated and not really well known. And I'm just glad he never like forgot about that universe, because he always wanted to do it. That was like his baby, was Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. So I'm really glad he went back to it. The girl was a very great actor too. Her name's like Anya or something. She played the part of
pretty bad too.
Being an yeah, she's pretty bad, but being the part of like an ex-abuser very well, or whatever you call it, because there's like subtle hints that M. Night throws in there too about like even like when he's in the beginning when he's abducting the girl from the room and he's telling her to get naked, she tells her to pee on yourself, and at first she's just like, oh well, it's just to get rid, but now she's like, oh well, she's been through this abuse, she knows how to get out of it, and so M. Night's movies are the best at rewatching, because then you see all these subtle things. Like if you go back, you could probably tell about the Unbreakable stuff. There's a lot of when they mentioned the mall, which his girlfriend mentioned, Philadelphia. That's where all of his movies are taking place. But then again, Philadelphia, Unbreakable. That's how I think of it. And then if I was in the theater and I was as hardcore as a fan as I was now, I think I would have known before you even see David Dunn, because the music.
Yeah.
They brought back the Unbreakable.
You would have known.
And I was reading tweets from people who saw it live, and they were like, they thought he was recycling the music, which I wouldn't blame him. It's really great music. I forgot who, James Newton Howard, I think, composed it. If I was wrong, I'll flash something here. But
that's like watching a Marvel movie, and then at the very end, they just kind of pan to the end of the room, and you just see a lightsaber on the ground.
Yeah, that it's kind of like that. Exactly, like oh my god, like fucking Star Wars and Marvel
and Star Wars.
And then you're like, oh my god, Split is Unbreakable.
Yeah, it's just like, because it came out of nowhere, because it's 18 years later. If Split was his next movie, but
what movie came out 18 years ago? There's no sequel to it. Like
Sixth Sense.
Besides that, like I don't know.
Signs. Are you talking about any movie?
Sixth Sense is like a good movie.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, not really. I mean, everything else. I mean, 2000 was the age of sequels, and we're still in that. You had Star Wars Episode 1, 2, 3 coming out. You had Lord of the Rings, which did get sequels. But these are different movies because, like, they're more.
Like, what if that movie at the very end, the last scene, was him sitting in the chair being unplugged?
Who?
And it was just you just knew it was just Matrix. He was in the
Matrix.
Oh,
the Matrix.
Like, imagine that.
I mean, reality can be often disappointing. So.
Okay, he's quoting Thanos.
Okay.
But what I also liked is I think Bruce Willis is such a good actor, and he played the part of when he said Mr. Glass and he stares off into the distance, like he knows he's gonna have to fight this guy. And Glass takes place 2 or 3 weeks after Split, so that's gonna be cool, and I hope we get to see that dynamic. And Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis together are like really great chemistry, so I think we're hyped. But I think that's basically it, right? Anything else to say about Split? Great movie. I mean, there's hints. I mean, I suggest when you watch an M. Night film, go watch it again. And I love this because it was a psychological thriller. It makes you think. That's why I like M. Night movies. It makes you think. Everything in the movie is not placed there on accident. He puts everything on purpose.
Like there's hidden
shit everywhere.
Yeah. Easter
eggs and the camera work. That's the other thing. And Gio mentioned there wasn't a long shot. There is. It's just you're so focused on the actor that you don't realize it's a long shot. It's when the girl's running down the hallway. The blonde girl escapes. It's a really long one shot. And when I think she's mixed or something. When it's like a cam right here.
It was a one shot too at the very end when he was looking in the mirror and his personality
was
switching.
Because I mean that's just James McAvoy for you. Because any director that doesn't have to like worry about the actor not being able to switch like that with that camera work is amazing, and he can do that. But overall, I think Split was right above Unbreakable. I love both. I think it was just above Unbreakable just because of the performances and the story, and then the ending. Because the ending was more memorable to me than Unbreakable 1's. Because it was like, because Unbreakable 1, like you knew it was a twist, but it wasn't like a holy shit. Like if I had to guess about these terrorist attacks, but it kind of takes your mind off the terrorist attacks for a little bit, you know. But overall, Split was very good. I'd give it like an 8.5, and that's compared to Unbreakable's 8.
I don't know. Split was.
I'd give it an 8.
8. See, Billy and me were kind of confused on the characters at first,
kept switching.
which his girlfriend was helping me
you
with.
Guess on the character's personality.
We couldn't really guess. I mean, I was just dumb enough.
I mean, you have to rewatch. You have to rewatch it like a couple of times to get to know the
characters. But I'd give it 8.5. 8.
Give it an 8.
8. And we'll see you later today if you're watching this on Friday, which is the 18th, because we're going to be watching Split. I mean, Glass. And I'm hyped. I don't know. I've been hearing great things. I've been hearing really bad things, but it's Rotten Tomatoes. They gave Last Jedi a 91. Come on. I mean, how often can you? And they gave Venom a 30.
Yeah, Venom was horrible. It should have been like a 2, right?
Venom deserved like at least a 70.
You're stupid.
But extracts that be told.
Quoting Thanos.
What was wrong with The Last Jedi?
It did not fit in the story. I'll do a whole nother video on that with you. But all right, y'all. Thank you so much. Billy's channel will be linked in the description, and whatever of Gio's social media. He's a very talented person, so I'll put his Instagram into the description also. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll see you guys next time. That was gross.